I'm Melanie from Streamlined Legal, where we help attorneys and their staff stay sane while building their businesses. Today we're talking about notifications, or if I like to call them digital distractions. And what I'm referring to is that little ding that comes from your watch, or that little flash that comes up on your computer screen to tell you have a new email. All those notifications are costing you time and thereby money. And according to Gloria Mark, who studies digital distractions at the University of California, it takes 23 minutes and 15 seconds for someone to refocus their attention on something once they've been distracted by a notification. So for example, if you're sitting there trying to write a brief and a notification pops up that you received a new email, it will take you approximately 23 minutes to be able to refocus and get back to where you were on focusing on that brief. So if you're billing $250 an hour, let's say, that's over $100 now that you've just lost in order to see that notification. And let's be honest, in most cases, that notification is not something urgent or something that you needed to look at that moment. No one's emailing you that you need to go to school and rush and get your kids. They're probably going to call, or they're probably going to contact you some other way. So the idea is that these notifications can be costing us hundreds of dollars per day if you're going to add in the amount of money and time that you're spending with your staff, and your staff is spending on looking at these notifications. So we're going to look at the three most common types of notifications. We're talking about notifications on your computer. These can be, email is the worst as far as popping up and letting you know that it's there. Slack has notifications. Dropbox has notifications that pop up to let you know a file has been changed. Now, I'm not suggesting that you don't need any of these notifications. What I'm suggesting is that we need to relook at how we're using these notifications. If these are things that you really need to know at the time they occur, that's what a notification's for, and that's what we should be looking at. But oftentimes email, Slack, Dropbox, those are not notifications that you need at the moment. So every time that's popping up, it takes time and attention for you to look at it, determine whether or not you need to address it, and go back to focusing on what you were focusing on, thereby losing the 23 minutes and 15 seconds that we spoke of. Phones also have terrible distractions. Emails, of course, text messages are also addressed on the phone, so those can be distracting. Your watch, if you're using an Apple Watch, those come pre-programmed with notifications such as breathing and standing up. And if those are things that you're trying to accomplish in your daily routine, then that's fantastic. You should leave those there and actually take those breaths when they suggest them, and actually stand up when they suggest it. But if this is something that, like me, you're looking at it and saying, oh, why don't I turn off that notification, and moving on with your life, that's when we need to address these things. And so here are my tips for addressing these notifications, whether on the computer, phone, watch. We need to reanalyze what it is that we're being notified about and turn them off. So the next time you get a notification, don't just ignore it. I want you to use that as a reminder to say, hey, let's go turn off that notification if it's something that we indeed do not need. So again, go to the settings. In the comments of this video, I'll go ahead and post some common ways to get to those settings so that you can find them easily. Maybe you want to time block a 15-minute chunk tomorrow morning to go ahead and just look at your notifications on your phone, or look at the notifications on your watch, and make sure that those are things that you really do need to be notified about. I think the Apple Watch is awesome in that it will tell me when my kids are calling without having to have a noise distraction, and it gently vibrates on my arm. That's fantastic. Or other notifications that I have set that I really do need. But the reality is there's far more notifications in our lives than we really need. So the next suggestion is to go ahead and talk to your staff members about this as well, because chances are they're getting notifications that aren't relevant to them on a daily basis as well. So not only are you losing the time and money that you're losing for your own notifications, but in what you're paying your staff, that can be lost as well. So go ahead, turn off this video. Make those changes in the notifications right now before you start the next Facebook video, or scroll to the next one, so that we can go ahead and save more time, save more money, and most importantly, save our sanity. Thanks so much for joining us, guys. Talk to you soon.